Hello everyone, welcome back to Pabbly. In this video, we're going to learn how to add healthcare and medical equipment IndiaMART leads inquiries to Salesforce. So I am an owner of a medical equipment business and I receive a lot of leads, data and inquiries with the help of IndiaMART. Now here my objective is that as soon as I'm going to receive a new inquiry or a lead with the help of IndiaMART, I want to create a record of that lead in my Salesforce account as a contact. Now doing this manually takes a lot of time. So what I did was I simply created an automation with the help of Pabbly Connect, which is an amazing automation and integration software. So with the help of Pabbly Connect, I've created an automation between IndiaMART and Salesforce. So if you want to learn about this amazing automation, then let me take you all to my screen. Welcome to my screen. In this video, we're going to learn how to add healthcare and medical equipment IndiaMART leads inquiries to Salesforce. I run a medical equipment business and get many leads inquiries from IndiaMART every day. I used to spend a lot of time manually adding each lead and inquiry to Salesforce, which was frustrating and sometimes lead to missing leads. After automating this entire process, all the leads and inquiries now go directly into Salesforce, keeping everything organized and allowing me to focus on reaching out to potential customers. This automation helps me to efficiently manage leads, ensuring I can respond quickly and effectively to potential clients. And we are going to be creating this amazing automation with the help of Pabbly Connect. So on the screen, you can see the website of Pabbly Connect, that is pabbly.com/connect. After browsing this website, we need to sign in to our Pabbly Connect account. But if you're a new user, you can sign up for free and get 100 free tasks every month. So as I'm an existing user, I'm going to sign in to my Pabbly Connect account. After signing in, you can see the All Pabbly apps window in front of you, in which you can see the 5 applications of Pabbly, from which we are going to select Pabbly Connect by clicking on Access Now. Then Pabbly Connect's dashboard is going to appear in front of you. In order to start an automation process in Pabbly Connect, we need to create a workflow. For that, click on this top right corner button right over here that says Create Workflow. A dialog box is then going to appear in front of you, which is asking for the workflow name and for us to select a folder. So for the name of my workflow, I'm going to give it as Add Healthcare and Medical Equipment IndiaMART Leads Inquiries to Salesforce. So this is the name that I want to give to my workflow. Okay. After that, it is asking for me to select the folder. So on the left side of my screen, you can see I've created multiple folders in my Pabbly Connect account, from which I'm going to select a specific folder in which I want to save this workflow in. For that, click on this drop down. So these are the folders from which I'm going to select IndiaMART Automations as the folder I want to save this workflow in. After giving a name to a workflow and selecting the folder, let's click on Create. In order to create a workflow is created in the name of Add Healthcare and Medical Equipment IndiaMART Leads Inquiries to Salesforce, and there are two windows in front of you. One over here says Trigger, other says Action. Trigger and Action are the two most important steps of our automation process because our process depends on these two concepts. Over here, Trigger says when this happens and Action says do this. That means that action is a response towards our trigger. In an automation process, there can be only one trigger step but multiple action steps. We are going to set up our trigger step first. And for the trigger application, what I'm going to do is I'm going to select it as IndiaMART. As with the help of IndiaMART, I'm receiving a lot of leads and inquiries. I want that whenever a new lead is going to be generated with the help of IndiaMART, automatically and instantly Pabbly Connect should capture the response of that. Okay, that is why for the trigger application I've selected as IndiaMART. And for the trigger event, I'm going to select as new leads. As whenever the new lead is going to be generated with the help of IndiaMART, automatically Pabbly Connect should capture the response of that. After selecting the trigger application and the event, you can see that Pabbly Connect has provided us with a webhook URL. With the help of this unique webhook URL, we are going to connect IndiaMART to Pabbly Connect by following the steps given here below in the help desk. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy this URL from here. After copying the URL, I'm going to log into my IndiaMART account. In order to connect this account to Pabbly Connect, from the left side of the panel, go to the Leads Manager option right over here. After coming to Leads Manager option, you can see over here the menu button is given. Click on it. Under menu, click on Import/Export Leads, and from the given option, click on Push API button right over here. Okay. After coming to the Push API integration page, it is asking for us to select a source. So for the source over here, I'm going to select as Other. As the source is not provided to us from the given drop down, I'm going to select the source as Other. It is asking for the platform name. So the platform name over here, I'm going to write it as Pabbly Connect. Okay, so this is the platform name, and for the URL, I'm going to paste paste the webhook URL that Pabbly Connect has provided us. After giving the platform name and the URL, I'm going to click on the Save Details button. It is asking for the reason why we're creating this webhook. I'm going to select a random reason from here, and then I'm going to click on this Click to Generate button right over here. It is going to ask for the OTP next. For the OTP over here, I'm going to enter the OTP. I've entered the OTP, then I'm going to click on the Submit button. As I've done that, you can see right over here, the webhook has now been successfully added to my IndiaMART account. As now the webhook is successfully added, this means our IndiaMART account is connected to Pabbly Connect. If I'm going to go back to my workflow, it is saying waiting for webhook response. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to generate a test lead with the help of IndiaMART, and I'm going to check whether Pabbly Connect captures the response of the new lead being generated or not. For that, I'm going to log into the user account of my IndiaMART. So I'm going to log into my account. As you can see that I've logged into my IndiaMART account. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to search for the dummy product that I've created. I'm going to search for the product right over here. So this is a dummy product. I'm going to select it. So this is a dummy product right over here. Now I'm going to generate a inquiry with the help of this product. I'm going to click on the contact button. It is asking for the message that I want to ask as an inquiry. So for the inquiry over here, I'm going to write it as... So this is a dummy inquiry that I want to ask. It says, looking for bulk order of N95 masks and sanitizers for hospital supplies. Kindly provide a quote of 10,000 units. Okay, so this is the inquiry that I want to ask. I'm going to click on the submit button. It is asking for the company name. So the company name over here, I'm going to write it as test company. Then I'm going to click on the submit button. As it says, your details are been sent. As the inquiry has been now forwarded, I'm going to open my workflow that I've created, and I'm going to check whether Pabbly Connect has captured the response of the new lead being generated or not. For that, I'm going to open my workflow that I've created. This is my workflow. I'm going to scroll down, and yes, you can see right over here the response of the new lead being generated has been captured in my workflow right over here. Okay, we have received the unique query ID with the dummy subject. You can see right over here, state as Madhya Pradesh, name of the lead as Angel, with the dummy mobile number. Over here for the email, you have received testuser@pabblytuts.com, country as India, company as test company, city as Bhopal, address as Bhopal, Madhya Pradesh. Over here for the product name, the dummy product name, and for the message that we have written, looking for bulk order of N95 masks and sanitizers for hospital supplies. Kindly provide the quote of 10,000 units. So this is the message that we have written with all the other details. So as the response is captured in this workflow, this means that IndiaMART is now successfully connected to Pabbly Connect, and our trigger setup is done. Now whenever a new lead is going to be generated by any of my customers or clients with the help of IndiaMART, automatically in the similar manner, Pabbly Connect is going to capture the response of that. Okay. Now here my objective is, as soon as a new lead is generated, I want to create a record of that lead. I want to add that lead details as a contact in my Salesforce account. So according to that, we're going to set up our action step. So for the action application over here, I'm going to select it as Salesforce. As in my Salesforce account, I'm going to create a contact of the lead that is generated using IndiaMART. So that is for the action application, I'm going to select as Salesforce. And for the action event, what I'm going to do is I'm going to select as create record. Okay. Then I'm going to click on this connect button. A new window is going to appear in front of you, on which click on add new connection, or else you can select the existing connection. After that, click on connect with Salesforce. A new window is then going to appear in front of you, which is asking for a permission. So I'm going to click on this allow button. As this save process, my data is perfectly saved with Pabbly Connect. So I'm going to click on this allow button. As you can see that we successfully authorized Salesforce to Pabbly Connect. After authorizing over here, it is asking for the Salesforce object. Over here for the object, as I want to create a contact of my lead in my Salesforce account. So for the object over here, I'm going to search for contact and select the object as contact. Okay. After that, it is asking for the account ID. As I don't have the account ID, so I'm going to skip the part. Okay. After that, it is asking for the first name and the last name of our lead and all the details of the contact that we are creating. So for the details of the contact, what we are going to do is we are going to map the data. Mapping means inserting data from the previous step. So we're going to insert the data from the previous step of this workflow. And how mapping works is that as soon as I'm going to click on this field, you can see this was the previous step of this workflow. That is IndiaMART new leads. This was the previous step of this workflow. And as I'm going to click on it, you can see over here, this was the previous response that was captured in our previous step. Okay. Over here, it is asking for the first name. Okay, so for the first name over here, in my previous response, I've received the name of my lead. So I'm going to select this data from my previous response of the name right over here. Okay, I'm going to select the data. As I've selected data from my previous response, the data is mapped. And as I map the data has now become dynamic. That means whenever a new response is going to be captured in our previous step, automatically the new data is going to be updated in place of this mapped data. Similarly, it is asking for the last name. So I have not received the last name of my lead right over here. So over here, I'm going to map the data of the name of my lead in place of the last name field as well. Okay. After that, it is asking for the salutation and other details of the contact right over here. I do not require the field, so I'm going to skip the part. Next, it is asking for the mailing street. This is the street address. So for the street address over here, I'm going to map the data of the address that I've received. I'm going to map the data, okay? Next, it is asking for the city. So for the city over here, I'm going to map the data of the city right over here. So I'm going to map the data of the city. After that, it is asking for the state. So I'm going to map the data of the state right over here. I'm going to map it. It is asking for the postal code, so I'm going to map the data of the postal code right over here, okay? I'm going to map the data of the pin code. For the country over here, I'm going to map the data of the country, so I'm going to map it. After that, it is asking for all the other details. I do not require them. I'm going to skip the part. For the mobile phone over here, I'm going to map the data of the mobile number that I've received. I'm going to map the data of the mobile number. After that, it is asking for the email over here, so I'm going to map the data of the email of my lead. I'm going to map the data of the email. And after that, it is asking for the lead source. For the lead source, I'm going to toggle the map button from the top, erase the existing data from here. And in place of the lead source field, I'm going to write over here as IndiaMART, okay, as the lead that is generated is with the help of IndiaMART. So for the lead source, I've written over here manually IndiaMART, okay. After that, it is asking for all the other details. I don't require the field, so I'm going to skip the part, and then I'm going to click on this save and send test request button. As I've done that, we have received a response right over here. We've received the ID, and this is the ID of the contact that is created in my Salesforce account. So now I'm going to open my Salesforce account. This is the Salesforce account right over. I'm going to go to the contacts page of my Salesforce account, and you can see right over here, a new contact has been created in my Salesforce account for the name of the lead as Angel. This was the name of the lead. The lead source comes over here as IndiaMART with the mobile number of my lead, with the email as testuser@pabblytudes.com with all the other details. So as now the contact is successfully created in my Salesforce account, this means that IndiaMART is now successfully connected to Salesforce with the help of Pabbly Connect. So now to sum till now what we have done, I am an owner of a business in which I sell medical equipments to other businesses. So here I collect the data of my leads and inquiries with the help of IndiaMART. My objective is that as soon as a new lead is going to be generated with the help of IndiaMART, automatically that lead should be created as a contact in my Salesforce account so that I can manage the data of my leads, okay? And for that, I've created this amazing automation between IndiaMART and Salesforce with the help of Pabbly Connect. So if you like this video, please subscribe to our channel, hit on the like button, comment down if you have any questions or doubts, and please share this video. Not just with these applications, you can create automation with the help of Pabbly Connect between multiple applications. If you have any doubts, you can send us email on support@pabbly.com. If you have any queries, you can ask your queries on forum.pabbly.com. If you have any queries regarding the pricing of Pabbly Connect, then you can check out this link. If you like this video, please subscribe to our channel, hit on the like button, comment down below if you have any questions and doubts, and please share this video, and thank you for watching.